Hello, this video is part of our upgrade and maintenance series. In this video, we're going to show you how we winterize our 22 ml Grand Design RV. Alright, one of the first things I do when I winterize is drain the hot water tank. It's been off for a while, so it should be cool, but it doesn't hurt to kind of open that out to let some of the pressure out so you're not getting like it's lukewarm, but you don't want to get sprayed with scalding hot water if you can help it. All right, and then right down here is just a big plastic plug. I can loosen that a bit. There we go. Just kind of loosen this sucker up. Eventually it'll be finger loose, but let's see how far we have to go. See if I got, no, still have to use a wrench. Anyhow, all this water is going to come out of here because I don't know, about 6 gallons of water is in that tank. I think it's 6 gallons. And it needs to come out. And to also help it drain, I'll open up some valve faucets inside. Alright. And let me get my feet from getting wet. And see, it's not coming out very fast. So you open up the faucet inside, or just open up that. You get a lot more water out. It's like my camper's taking a big pee. It's about the temperature of pee right now.
That's nice.
So that's that for that. I'll show you the next thing after this drains. All right, while the camper's still peeing, we got another pee hole here. Basically a low point drain. You just take those out and let the water drain out. We'll let that run for a bit. Plug those back up, and to also help expedite that is I'm going to go inside and open some faucets up. So here I go. All right, so then you can hear the air coming through. It helps it drain. What I like to do is try to get most of the water out of the system. Then I, even just to be on the safe side, pump some antifreeze in, special RV grade antifreeze, which you'll see in a little bit. Probably should have some light so I can see what I'm doing, but I'm going to feel it out. This is just the reverse of what I showed you earlier when I was de-winterizing. Here's what we're going to do. We just start turning the water on. Also a good time to check under here and see if you see any leaks, which I don't. Turn that bypass off. Turn the cold water on. So you basically have this valve and that valve on, those on and this one off. Then you're ready for regular season. And I have to turn off, bypass the hot water because I don't want to pump all that antifreeze, 6 gallons worth of antifreeze into this thing. Not to mention I just don't want to be taking a shower in that antifreeze later. It's a bypass so the water doesn't go into the, if you were to have water, in this case it'll be antifreeze, it won't go into the hot water here, it just goes around it. All right, so this part I don't think it's really necessary if you're going to pump the antifreeze in. I just like to do it as an extra precaution. I just have this little adapter. It just looks like it hooks onto your water intake. This is where ours is. This end just connects to my air compressor. And by the way, let's come here and take a look at this. This is just my Viair compressor. Great for pumping up tires. It's heavy duty, but it also can blow the system out, the water system out. You don't want to pressurize it too much. I already have all the valves, the faucets open, so it's not going to really pressurize the line. It's just going to push the water through and out of all the openings. But since I opened the low point drain, there shouldn't be a lot of water to push out. But what I want to do is just screw this on here first. Otherwise, it's just going to have air flying everywhere. All right, and then I'm just going to put the compressor on the end, which is going to be kind of awkward. We might have a lot of exciting sound of air escaping here. There we go. You can hear it. See it? You see it flowing water out of the low point drain. Probably some of it's coming out of the faucets. done with this, so I can close this up, I just keep the plug right there inside there. So whenever I de-winterize later. I'm going to check, make sure the faucets, see what's coming out of those. Pretty much, nothing's coming out. So we've got pretty much all the water out, but you never know. There might be some water trapped in some low elbow or something, and that's why I go ahead and put the antifreeze in. That's the next step you'll see. All right, so this is under our dinette. You got the water pump here. It's going to pump this stuff through the system. There's a little valve. I don't know if you're showing that, Gina, but there's a little valve there. It's lined up for winterizing, and then it goes at 90 degrees from that whenever I'm done. So it's ready to go again next time. And I just stick it down here. I like to have a few bottles ready to go. There's one that got kind of crushed. So hopefully it's not going to be a problem. But it'll start pumping it out, and then I'll have another one already ready. So then all I have to do is come over here to the control panel, turn on the pump. And you look here, it's sucking it right down pretty darn fast. It's pressurizing the system. In a minute, I'll turn on the faucets and we'll let some of the pink stuff run out. See how it sucked it down pretty low? Okay, now it's pressurized. When I turn on these faucets, it's going to push some air out, but then it's going to be the pink stuff. So let's turn on this. You want to wait till you see it's coming out pink. Coming out pink. I do both hot and cold. Pink, it's going to get my shower all pink. Pink. Make sure that's coming out pink, yep. All right, I just like to leave this in the bottom of the drain pan. Before I do that, I want to see how our fluid is, see if we're about running out. We're getting pretty darn close, but I think we're good. Do this one, turn it on, pink, both directions. Now I should have we'll even do the toilet. What the heck not? Because there might be water. Yeah, there is water in here, so we'll get that line all cleaned up until we see some pink. Yeah, let it all go down in the toilet. All right. Okay, so I finished. Everything's pressurized. Last thing you do is turn off your pump. I like to turn the valve back to be ready for 90 degrees angles. I don't know if you remember where it was, but it's at a 90-degree angle from where it was down there. And now it's ready for regular use. Whenever we're ready, I just pull this out of our jugs. Got a little bit left in that jug. Getting a little pink everywhere. Mop that up in a minute. Put this plug on the end.
Here's our little storage spot. This is always fun. Backing it into this little spot. So far, so good. Driver's side. Just a little bit.
You want me to move toward the driver's side?
Yes. Stop. You're getting a little too close on the driver's side actually now. Go to the passenger side. Little more to passenger.
Alright, I'm gonna have to pull it forward. I'm cut as hard as I can to the passenger, so I have to pull it up.
Okay. That looks good. coming. Stop for a second so I can check. Okay, come back a little bit more. Stop and come have a look.
The last thing, if we know we're going to leave our trailer for a while, we're going to be about a month before we finally take a big trip. Although it does need to go to the shop, which I don't know how soon that will be. I don't want to drain this battery. I do hit the kill switch, but still, there's like this little sensor here, for example, that runs to my tire pressure system and whatnot. I just feel like it's just going to die out here. So I take it home, put it in my garage, and I put a trickle charger on it to keep it kind of, I guess, in good shape. So I recommend if you're going to leave it for a period of more than, I don't know, I've left it in the summer probably, you know, a week or so by itself. But if this is going to be a full month, I don't want to have to go buy a battery then. Or have no battery. That's it.